Hey, what's up? I've been watching some of these videos out there. I'm gonna give you a little quick hotshot history, let's just call it. Anybody out there driving a diesel truck, in a pickup truck, you're dealing with something called a CP4. What that actually stands for is Common Rail Pump 4. I guess the Common Rail they're considering one word. Sounds like two words to me. But the Ford, the Dodge, and the Chevy, those dualies all have a CP4 pump. They're notorious for going bad. It's because of the way they're designed. Now, if they go bad, you know, if you listen to the experts, if that pump goes bad, there's like a big lifter that goes up and down inside of it that creates all that 25, 30,000 pounds of pressure that goes to your fuel injectors that makes it do what it does because it's direct injected engines. If that goes bad, that thing comes all apart. It spreads, basically spreads metal debris throughout everything, including if you get in the fuel injectors. So there's all these different solutions out there, including replacing the CP4 before it goes bad with a brand new CP4 before it goes bad. But there's a company out there, and I've got no affiliation with them. There's a company out there called S&S Diesel. You can look them up, and they have an actual, and there's cheaper versions on Amazon. I don't know if the Amazon versions are any good. I know the S&S Diesel one seems to work, but there's this bypass that you can go in there on the CP4 and you take out it's basically the regulator for the thing. You take that out and this thing goes underneath it, and by putting this bypass in there, if the pump goes bad, all of the metal guts, when they go somewhere, they can't go into your truck's motor. You can't get involved in everything because what it does is, instead of it going directly into the engine, it goes up out of the CP4 into a separate filter, which looks like a little oil filter, and then goes back. Then it goes back in and goes into the rest of your fuel system in the truck, including the bypass that goes back to the tank. I haven't tried this out yet. I am going to try it out eventually and put it on my Ford. Ford is probably the worst culprit when you see these things go bad. I don't know why it's on the Ford, because they're all exactly the same. CP4 pumps are pretty much all exactly the same. Now, that solution, those things run about $400. You got to pay somebody to put them on. I'm going to put it on and show you how it works. But there is another solution. The same company puts out a whole separate pump that works off of this cam system inside instead of this lifter system inside. Supposedly it's a way better system. Problem is that system's about $3,000, and that's a lot of money to put into hot shotting as far as, you know, in your truck. But if you can get this done for $400 for that part, and then you pay somebody a couple $300 to put it on there, $700-800 is not bad to safeguard that truck. Because if it goes bad, when that CP4 pump goes bad, it can go bad like that, and it can leave you sitting on the side of the road. And that's something you don't want to do in hot shotting, is be sitting on the side of the road, because it's not only will it cost you like $10,000 to have the thing fixed it when it does grenade, but you've got a truck, you've got a trailer, you've got cargo, you've got all those problems to deal with. So the CP4 pump, if you especially, I mean, they've had them go bad at like 80, 90,000 miles, but so if you're one of these people that's running 150, 200,000 miles or more like me on my trucks, I've got one that's got almost 400,000 miles on it, and it does have a CP4, and it's never been replaced or rebuilt or anything done to it. So I do have some degree of skepticism about that. Now, before you do all that, if you just got your truck, or if you've had your truck for a while, the big thing, and there's this place called Dave's Auto out in Utah, and the guy knows all about it. They build engines, diesel engines and stuff for pickup trucks. And he swears by lubricity. So if you, like Stanadyne, they make a great fuel supplement that goes in that says lubricity right on the outside of the bottle. That's what I use in my truck. Supposedly, if you do that, they'll last a long time. In fact, Dave recently had a customer in there with a F350, a 2017, with the 6.7 liter in there, that had 990,000 miles on it in the original CP4 pump. And when they took it apart, man, it was like a new one. It was polished and everything. It looked really good. So maybe, and that guy since day one, he's had it since day one, and he's been using these lubricity additives in there. So, you know, there's three sets of things you can do. You can start off with lubricity, save up some money and do the bypass, or save up some more money and do the replacement with their DCP pump, they call it. Anyway, just be careful out there. Make sure you put something in there to safeguard that pump. You don't need to have that thing go bad. Thanks for watching.